Left my caring, perfect boyfriend for a completely new guy who destroyed my mental health. Story time. This is the fastest karma in the history of all karmas. Let's go. Me and this guy started talking 8 months ago. He got my contact from a friend that posted my picture on her story on my birthday. 2 days into talking, this guy started telling me about how he fell in love with me. That it was love at first sight. The moment he saw my picture, he just knew that I was the one. I told him that I was in a relationship with my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, that is what all girls say, that he doesn't really mind because girls say that to guys they're not interested in, and he does not believe me. Weeks passed, and this guy did not stop disturbing me to be his girlfriend. He told me that he had never felt this way about someone before in his entire life. So that is why he's so sure that I'm the one. After telling him multiple times that I was in a relationship, he did not mind. He told me he didn't care. He went over to my friend to ask me out. Then he started using money to buy his way into my heart. He would send me good morning text that is accompanied with a bank alert because on my birthday he requested for my account number just to give me birthday gift. So that was how he got my account number. The constant good morning text with bank alert kept coming in, and I was getting upset at some point. I had to tell him that, you know what, okay, I'm gonna think about it since that is what you want to hear. I confided in my roommate in school about it, and she was like, this guy does not even stay in your state and your boyfriend is in school, so you can be dating this guy. Since it's a long distance relationship, you guys are not going to be seen and you can still have your time with your boyfriend. That way you can get him off your back and still be focused on your boyfriend. I accepted to date him and things were going smoothly. This guy was very sweet. In fact, God-fearing. He kept sending me money, kept doing things for me. They were nice gestures. 2 months into our long distance relationship, this guy finally invited me over to his place, and I was like, no. He said he was going to pay the transportation. I said, no, I cannot go all the way to another state to meet a guy that I've never met before. After a month back and forth, he said he was going to come over to my school and was going to lodge in a hotel. At first, I thought he was joking. Like, why would you travel down here to come and see me? Lo and behold, this guy did. It was not immediately we had the conversation that he came over to see me, actually. I had even forgotten that I told this guy that he can come over to school to see me. So we keep having conversation. Weeks pass, he will tell me that, oh, he cannot wait to have a taste of me. And I'll be like, is that the reason why you want to come and see me, Mr. Man? But at this point, I had not completely considered this guy as my boyfriend. It was just someone that I was talking to online. I wasn't even interested in the relationship. I did not even have feelings for him. Then one particular day, he told me he was coming over to my school. He did not show up that day. Then another day while I was in class, he just suddenly texted me that I'm on my way to your school. I thought he was joking because the first time he told me he was coming, he did not show up. All of a sudden, I got text messages and calls and constant texts and calls that said, I'm at your school. I don't know my way around here. Come and pick me up. I told him to find his way around. He should go somewhere that I was going to come and meet him. Then he went to a hotel. Later on, I decided to tell my roommate to go with me there because I did not want to meet this guy alone since I was not going to get sexual with him. But I told him when we were having a conversation over the phone that if you do come to meet me, we are not having sex. I'm not interested in having sex with you right now. He accepted to the no sex rule. I didn't spend the night with him that day. I told him that I was going to spend the night the next time that I come. The next time I went, I still didn't spend nights with him because I told him that I did not come with my skincare and I cannot use any other skincare product. The third time that I went, before this third time, the second time I went to meet him, he was kissing me. He was trying to get down. I told him no. At this point, I was even feeling like I was cheating on my boyfriend. But at the same time, I felt like, let me just let this guy do this, like kiss me, since I knew that I was not going to get down with him. The third time that I went over to his place, I knew that I was probably going to sleep over. So I told my roommate that if I don't come to the house by 6 a.m., she should come and get me from the hotel. This third time that I went over, we were watching movies, we were gisting, it was very caring and nice. And I started to see him in a new light, even though I knew that I was not going to sleep with him. Later at night, I slept off in the middle of the conversation. He was busy on the phone, and I was like, okay, we already had a conversation that we're not going to have sex. Then this guy came over, he started trying to touch me. I was like, what are you doing? He was like, oh, he knows that we agreed on no sex, but he just can't resist me. You girls are mad because you tell somebody no sex, but you sleep over in the person's house. Are you possessed? He kept refusing, rejected his advances, and this guy started crying, saying that it had been long he had sex, as you please, he loves me. In short, they use tears, come on your pants. Begged me with the softest voice ever, the kind of voice that will melt you. And this guy did not even have a condom, and that was the first mistake that I made. I let him have sex with me unprotected. I kept telling him not to come inside of me because I was not ready. That night, I was so overwhelmed with guilt for cheating on my boyfriend that I cried overnight, and this guy was apologizing to me, he was begging. The next day, he traveled back, I left his hotel, and this guy sent me a credit alert. I was like, why are you sending me money after sex? I was even angry and was like, no, I shouldn't think so much. Like, no, you just give me the money. Since this guy traveled back, the attention he was giving me started dropping, and I confronted him like, why all of a sudden? And he said, oh no, he's busy. This was the same man that used to give me attention 24/7. All of a sudden, after having my coochie, you're now busy? my roommate about it, and she was like, maybe the guy is busy, so I should give him time. I kept complaining to him about his attitude, and he would always apologize to me. Then I started noticing that my body was changing, like it wasn't the way it used to be anymore. I told my roommate, and she jokingly said maybe I was pregnant. Like, nah, don't joke with me like that. My roommate insisted that I run a pregnancy test, and I decided to do it. Meanwhile, all this time, my sweet, loving, caring boyfriend was already complaining that I was not giving him attention anymore, that I was different now. Was apologizing for whatever he might have done wrong, whereas he did not even do anything wrong. I was just distracted by some random guy. At this point, I was already falling in love with this new guy. So I decided to run a pregnancy test. I told him about it. He sent me money. Lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, I was pregnant. 2 weeks gone at that. So it was certainly his pregnancy, because this entire thing was like 3 weeks afterwards. Along for part 2.